don't be hesitant to reach out to your sangat and ask for advice. I think those people that want to do something other than just be a stay-at-home mum, if you have a niche that you think you're good at, whether it's sewing, even the same area as me, I'll always help and give advice. You should be proud of your work, and it's nice to hear from other people that you are doing the right thing. If you carry on doing the path that you want to do, and you hear all the noise in the background, but you should still carry on. As you grow your business, people want to know and get intimate with you and know what you're about. People buy into you as a person. They see you, they like what you do, they like you, and then they buy into you.
Sat Shri Akal, Ranjeet ji. Thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm doing really well. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. How you got involved into Sikh Coloring. How you created international brand.
Yeah, sure. So it's called Sikh Coloring Books, and we've just now come to becoming a limited company. And at the beginning, it was where my children went to a nursery, a Punjabi nursery, and they were teaching no Sikhi whatsoever. It was Easter. We were making bunny hats and this kukra on these topiyan. And I was like, are we doing anything for Vaisakhi? It's in a few weeks. And they were like, no. And I said, well, can I create like a 3-page coloring book for some of the children here? And they said, yes. So I did like this really small mini book, and it had like a tractor with a little sing on. It had a little like other characters, but on 3 pages with just resonating with Sikhi, like the Sarup. And I then presented to the children there at the nursery, about 60 kids it was, for all of them, the English, any faith, any culture. And the feedback I got from the parents was very, can you create more? And I was like, oh, I'm not a designer. My background is IT. I'm an analyst. So I wouldn't have a clue how to do this.
Let me tell you this. I'm also from IT background, and for some reason, people from IT, they have a creative side to it, right?
Definitely. I think people think it's natural for us as well. And I think it's actually very different. Designing and coding.
Coding is different, yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I think
more into like a front end, and front end is more about the design, the UI, and that's how I got into business and
yeah.
IT. And came to realize that I loved the creative aspect of it, and it's amazing. But yeah,
Yeah.
continue.
So my background is more Unix and in the back end of it. So it wasn't any design work, it was more the coding side.
Coding.
Yeah. And so when parents asked for more to be produced, I then had the support from my husband, who said, well, let's look into this. And I had a printing company in Dover, which is quite far. And they were like, we'll help you out. So I had all this support all of a sudden. And then I started designing on just Microsoft Word, like making round
Wow.
circles with another one with a good D. And it started from that. And then I went to Gyani Singh, which is a Singh in Birmingham who has these massive camps. He runs these massive Sikhi camps in the summer, and there's hundreds of children. And I showed the first initial book to him, which was only 8 pages. And he said, I want something more Sikhi related. So can I give you some designs and you put it into a book? And the book started rolling. Like, they were demanding topics people wanted. It was demanding what my children wanted to learn and what I wanted to create.
What ages were you developing these books for, like for children?
So I think from 3 years on. So even like a 2.5-year-old could hold a crayon like this and just color. And that was what I wanted them to do, start from a really young age, but actually see, rather than us buying like Batman and Spider-Man and Barbie, I wanted parents to buy Sikhi related ones so they could resonate.
And there's also like a gap, because we're living in Western, and the kids over here don't know much about Sikhi, our religion. That's why I just feel like it's important to have like nannies or daddies around, because they can teach those stories to grandkids. And but yes,
Definitely.
you're doing a great initiative for kids who are getting to know about their culture, their religion, and it's a great initiative.
No, it is. I think Whilst I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm not gone back to work. I'm not gone back into IT contracting. I think this is a great thing to do whilst I'm looking after young children and not sitting home really doing kar da kam, which doesn't, kar da kam kadi mukda nahi. So we might as well do something else as well. Keep active with the brain, and this
Exactly.
motivated me to create more. And I think Sangat gave a lot of advice of what else they wanted. So that was the motivation. We branched out in so many different ways. Like even now, I'm translating our books in Dutch, in different
Oh
books,
wow.
and yeah, we've translated our books in Italian. We've got the German, the Dutch, so we've got it in different languages as well. And they order in hundreds for their sangat, so it's the
Oh,
Punjabi and their language, so they can also, have the gap covered over there.
this is amazing. What is the primary goal and mission of Sikh Coloring?
So the idea is that children learn about Sikhi in a fun and interactive way through our colouring books. So this is the idea is they get the colouring books, the books where they can learn. We've got the Gurmukhi alphabet book where kids, adults, even grandparents, if they've never learnt Punjabi, it's an easier way to learn Punjabi this way. To have it in a Gurmukhi form where the words are from Gurbani, so some people prefer that as opposed to Ura for oot. I think you should learn both the Punjabi style and the Gurmukhi style. I think you should learn every style there is actually, because then the
Wait, there's a
child learning.
difference.
Yeah, so
Gurmukhi style and Punjabi style is different.
so you've got the Punjabi style, which would be like Ura oot, Era like that type of thing, where we've got like Era Ardas. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
just different styles of learning in different ways. You can do a book form to learn Ura, Era, Iri. You can go to a Punjabi school. You can do it through puzzles. There's so many different ways I think kids should learn each topic. So this is why we want to cover those areas.
Nice. And how long you've been doing this, and any struggles you received while you were taking this initiative?
So, not had any struggles as per se. I've been doing this since my youngest was 6 weeks, so it was a motivation after the third child. She was 6 weeks old, and the oldest was 3 at the time. So they were very young. I think I was more very motivated when they were young to get them on the path as well, have the passion for Sikhi, be creative, this imaginative skill I had. I really was enjoying myself. I didn't have no negativity along the way. I had a lot of people giving me the push to keep continuing on. And it was really inspiring. I still have that now, actually. And you're saying like what new things we have. It's seasonal. So if it's like Gurpurab, Vaisakhi, Mum's Days, Mother's Days, Father's Days, so all year round there's something going on.
This is amazing. This is amazing. I think you're like solo business owner also. And how was that switch from, you know, from an IT background to now a
Yeah.
businesswoman?
I think it's very different, especially if you go from any profession to being a mum is very different. There's this whole different lifestyle that you have now. And then to run a business, at the beginning, it was just a hobby. My mind frame was this is a hobby. I love this. I enjoy this. I'll do any seva for anyone. And then to change that frame of mind to become business was another mission in itself. So that took me a while. And because my husband's quite business oriented, it really helped that he was behind me and supporting me all the way. So it wasn't like I was doing this alone. I always
Mm.
had that support. It's important to have support, whether it's your family or your friends or a network.
What would you say to women who are struggling to, be of a businesswoman and finding their purpose, and they have, responsibility, family responsibilities, and they're like kind of like, pushing themselves back? Like how a woman can handle both the family and the business at the same time?
It is hard. It was never supposed to be easy. It's really hard balancing it all out. But I think if you keep focused, you reach out for help. So even if I need help on one of my machines or I'm struggling on a design, I will reach out to other people or I'll put a story out and say, look, I'm struggling on this. Can anyone help me? I guarantee you someone will say, I'll help you. And I'm the same as well with other people. If they need a specific help in any area, I'll be willing to give my time. So I get a lot of support in from Sangat as well. And I think those people that want to do something other than just be a stay-at-home mum, if you have a niche, an area that you think you're good at, whether it's sewing, making candles, making books, even the same area as me, I'll always help and give advice. So don't be hesitant to reach out to your Sangat and ask for advice or where to start, how to do this, how does the journey go.
Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right. Because I know a lot of women who say that. Oh yeah, I just gotta take care of the kids. I'm a new mom. This and that. But I don't really want to start my own business. But how should I do that? How should I get a support from the family, from my husband, and this and that? And I just this is my belief that okay, you are starting a family. You have a family, but that's just not your only purpose. I just feel like women lack identity, and we need women who are working out there doing good for the community, because it's just not about that okay, like we're just doing whatever we want to do, but we need to know that okay, we are putting ourselves out there, we having our own identity. If a man can do a job, if a man can be a CEO, like we can do the same stuff and also handle the family at the same time.
Definitely. I think also it's different factors. So there's stigma, there's this genetics, there's this all this family pressure, societal that make out like, when you have a child, maybe stay at home or maybe go back to work after a year. And and it's very like we think, okay, that's fine, we'll do that. But really, realistically, what about us? What about our growth? What about
Yeah.
our careers? So I feel like I put my career on hold for over 10 years now, but I also feel like I've grown in other areas because I feel like I've grown in other areas. So I feel like I've got into this career of in not just social media, but also as an illustrator. And other artists, well-known artists, have said to me, "You should be proud of your work." And it's nice to hear from other people that you are doing the right thing and you're going the right way about it. So I think if you carry on doing the path that you want to do, and you hear all the noise in the background, but you should still carry on. I also do martial arts as well, and I advertise that quite a lot to women that, especially Amritariya women, we carry a kirpan, but do we know how to use the kirpan if we don't know any self-defense or martial arts? So there's, and I said that to a lot of women. Ajkal kisi da kuch nahi pata hai. You don't know what someone else is going through, what time or where our safe space is. So if you are able to defend yourself and be confident, then that's a skill to have as well. So there's so many different areas to cover, but mom guilt just kicks in all the time. But I think we need to,
Did it happen to you?
it happens to all women and mums, I think. Naturally,
Is it
we're
because
very,
society put too much pressure on us?
definitely need to break those taboos, break it down and see an example and think, well, yeah, I can do that too. Or why can't I do that? You'll see men at like martial arts and their dads. You'll see them at their full-time jobs. You'll see them everywhere else. But it's the mums that are very like, I've got ਕੱਪੜੇ ਦਾ ਕਰਨਾ, ਖਾਣਾ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸਫਾਈਆਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ, ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨਾ, ਘਰ ਚੱਕਣਾ, ਪੈਸੇ ਕਮਾਉਣਾ. Like we've got like 100 million jobs and we're thinking all the time. I don't think it's aligned with all of the opposites as well. I think some men maybe, but I think generally speaking, it's horrible to say that generally speaking, but I do think mom guilt is there.
No, you're right. Because and it's also from generations. Women were stay-at-home moms, and it was like okay, men are the hunters. They're gonna go out and get the food on the table, and the mothers are nurturers. But I believe that we need to break the stigma, and also like not to put a lot of pressure on ourselves. That okay, yeah, we're taking care of the family, but we also have to take care of our business. We also have to take care of career, because I believe we need to have our own safety in our own hands. Yes, we have
Definitely.
loving husbands, we have loving partners, but we cannot rely ourselves on them all the time.
Definitely. 100%.
I just feel like, you can need to have your own safety. The safety should be in your own hands. That's it.
100%.
So you said that you got out of your shelf in business. How were you before business? And then how did you change now?
So you have to come out of your comfort zone and put yourself in positions where you think, I'm not going to be comfortable. And I'm not going to be comfortable doing like these type of talks. I'm not going to be comfortable going and talking to people about what I do. It's those challenges you've got to face and overcome. And they're little steps that you've got to take. And you're only going to get to 100 when you've taken the first step, the second step. And as you go along, you'll get better. But it's just taking that first step first. And sometimes it's the people you meet, your network. They're the people that grasp you and make you come out of your comfort zone. So now I do that with people. So I train people to come out of their comfort zones by saying, we're going to put a camera in front of us and we're going to talk to that camera and then we're going to delete that video. But you're going to realize how you felt more comfortable doing more and more of those. So there's little steps like that that help people.
So you're an all-rounder woman now. So you're a business owner. You're running Sikh Coloring. You're doing gatka, and you're teaching people to come out of a comfort zone. And you're running with social media. How do you do all that?
They tell me I'm crazy. It's true. It's so true. Yeah.
You know what? I just feel like all the legends are a little crazy.
You've got to balance it all out. And if you enjoy what you do, you're going to be best at it. I
Absolutely.
genuinely enjoy doing social media. I genuinely enjoy packing and I like hearing the noises of my crunching. I genuinely enjoy that.
That
So,
ASMR moment, like
yeah, I love them.
ASMR. You know what? I love listening to those videos, especially when they cook. When they cook and then have like the noises for like cutting the onions. Taking
Yeah,
the bite of the first food.
and
It's just
cooking.
as amazing. I think that's a thing now, right? ASMR. Like
It's been a
everyone's
thing
doing
for
that.
it's been a thing for a couple of years, and people either love it or they hate it.
Hate it. My
Yeah,
brother hates it. He doesn't
yeah,
like
I love
it.
it.
I love it
And
too.
some people love the whole a day in your life. And I get a lot of those questions like, so why can't your page just be all about business? Just flow business, just products and items. Why does it have to be about you? And I'm like, as you grow your business, people want to know and get intimate with you and know what you're about and your side in your life. And I think that's what's worked for me because then people buy into you as a person. They see you, they like what you do, they like you, and then they buy into you.
You're absolutely right. No, you said it like 1,000%. That you know, yeah, the products are there, but if you're not connecting with the customers, they're not gonna buy the product. And you said it 100% right.
I think also, so with social media, there's different platforms that do different things for different people. So it's working with what's for you, what's good for you to come out your comfort zone. I think that makes your business flourish, go fly. If you find that niche and then you portray it in the best way you can, people are going to love what you do and follow you and then buy into you, and that's going to make you grow more and more because then you've got the motivation to do more products.
Ranjit ji, it was a really pleasure talking to you. I know we talked about a lot of great stuff in a short period of time, but before we apart, like, is there anything you would like to say to our audience, especially to our women out there?
Yes. So, to the women out there, if you have a passion for a topic that you can cover, a niche, a business idea, and you think, oh, I love suits, but it's not going to work out, it can work out. Reach out to other people that can help you and they will guide you in the right way. Otherwise, come to me. I don't mind. I will help in any way I can.